Tuesday evening. Gonna give you a little progress report on the structure here. I've been getting done like only one batch of mortar per day, but the metal work, all of these metal ties on there, takes a lot of time to make all of them. Hey girl. See Miss Lewis. Wow. So it basically ends right here, or starts right here with this piece of rebar. This greenhouse structure in here is not part of the structure. It's just helping me like scaffolding, kind of. So I got a little bit of mortar. I see you, girl. Yeah, go talk to Apollo. A little bit of mortar on this first rebar. Still working on that window. This one has got some mortar all the way around now. So that's the final shape of that, which I'm happy with. And it'll get a lot of southern sun and a good view. And then over here, these two arches both have some mortar going all the way around them. That one's just barely there. And I'm still working on that arch and closing up all the rest of this. I think tomorrow what I'm going to try to do is finish the lath on that one big arch there, and then get a bead of mortar to go across that whole big arch, as well as that big arch, so that the stone is kind of encompassing the whole thing. Yes, I see you, girl. So slow and steady progress, and then more progress over here as well, extending this wall up. And the more vertical it is, the more difficult it is. Wherever there's a slant, it becomes a lot easier to get the mortar to stick. But it's a fun kind of project to do throughout the day, and a just kind of lifestyle of taking care of the animals, eating, sleeping, cannabis, and building this sweet structure. That's all for today. So it is Thursday evening. I was able to do 2 batches today after no batches yesterday because of rain. And there's still a good bit more tying with the metal to do, but you can really get a good view of the shape now. I got some started in that kind of saddle area, and then there's mortar all the way across that arch. I wasn't able to get mortar all the way across this arch because it lacks rebar and it's pretty flimsy, and so I'm gonna have to do it a special way to get it to maintain its integrity as I add the mortar. Shoot, that's the kitty. She's wonderful and sometimes annoying. So there's mortar bridges all the way from that arch all the way to the third arch now, which gets all the way to there. These 2 PVC pieces are pushing that out so that the bend of the ceiling there is more arched rather than somewhat straight. And a lot of this is already done, so just doing a little bit at a time, and on average a batch a day with a couple hours of metal work. And slowly but steadily coming together. I'll walk around this way too, just so you get one more look of the structure. So these two areas here aren't connected yet, and that's one of the flimsiest spots, but there's quite a bit on this side now, where this first arch is almost totally done. Getting coats on the inside and out, and starting to work on that part. So yeah, that's how it's looking from this side. Hey girl. And I guess that is all for the update for now. And I'll check in another day or two when there's more. So it's midday on Saturday. I did 2 batches yesterday. And I've done 2 batches today. And I'm going to try to get a 3rd batch done today. You can see the darker stuff is the newer stuff. The lighter gray stuff is older. So I really expanded that arch. So it's at least like a foot thick all the way through. This arch, I'm just creeping up on either side because I can't bear the weight of a full bridge yet. But there's a lot getting out of there and tying new pieces of rebar in. The little chickies are out and about. And this arch on the left is starting to get mortared in to place. Looks a little funky from this angle, but that's why I just brought the camera right up to it. And so I'm filling in that gap. I'm gonna end up connecting that. And yeah, that's basically how everything's doing right now. Got a lot more mortar to do and a good bit more metal to add on. Before I'll be ready for more mortar. But I think I can fit one more batch on what I've already done. So that is the end of the update for today. I'll probably check in again on Monday. So hopefully I'll have a full day tomorrow, Sunday, and then another full day on Monday, and we'll see how much of this I can get closed up by then. Good morning. It's Monday morning. I did one more batch after the last video, and then I did 2 more yesterday. So there's 3 more batches on the structure. I was able to get this arch, have a band of mortar on both sides, top and bottom, so double coated. And so that connects this corner to the rest of the structure. And then that funny sound is Clyde, a young rooster, first one making noises. So then I was also able to bridge up here so that this corner is also connected to the rest of the structure. So now it's all one integrated structure with mortar connecting it all the way around. And finished mortaring up, or got mortar on most of the shape of this arch. So that's mostly in there. Just got a big hole I gotta fill there today. And then I realized that because there's a bunch of berry bushes in here, which are just starting to make all these berries, and there's a bunch of them in here, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to advance a certain amount, and then I'm going to leave a big section of the roof open for probably a month or so before I finish it, so that these berries in here have the opportunity to fully develop, so that I'll get the berries, and then I'll, after I can harvest the berries, I'll end up transplanting these bushes, the berry bushes, anything in here that gives me food, so that I'll take it out of this structure so that it continue to grow elsewhere. But today, back to mortar, and hopefully we'll get 2 or 3 batches done today, and quite a bit over here and over there probably, and maybe some progress here. And then that'll be all for this week's update, and I'll probably get one more video at the end of today just to show the latest of where everything's at. Cute chickies. Hey Paolo, what do you think of the new structure? You want to be on camera? Yeah, you're very photogenic. Checking out the view. Eating some flowers. What is this? What is this up here? Sammy, what are you doing up there? What are you doing? Gonna get on camera. She's inspecting the work. How's it look? Is it acceptable? Should we proceed? We have a permission for your licensure. Where are you going? Funny chicken. You gonna show her he's boss, Apollo? Oh, she's gonna get him now. Alright, back to work. How's it going, Kelly? Yeah, good boy. So it is Monday. Oh, no, Kelly. Alright. Monday evening. This is the last update of the week. Got little chickies running around. And I've made a good bit of progress on the structure. I think there's... well, there was 2 more batches today. I forget when I took the video yesterday. Maybe in the morning? So maybe there's been 4? I don't know. But I really widened this section. You can see that. Hopefully I'm angling it alright. And then underneath has a good bit of it. Girl, please don't whine too much while I'm doing this. I can't pet you and do a video at the same time. And then really extended this part. And mostly finished the rest of these arches over here. So those 2 arches have their own sunshade that goes all the way down, and then this one kind of bends into the other one in this interesting kind of way. That the way this whole thing is shaped and engineered, if you could say such a thing, it doesn't really have anywhere to go, so I'm not really too worried about that right now. So closed up that hole. There's some finish work to do and stuff. And made more progress on here on the inside, connecting. And yeah, that's where everything is at now. And I'll probably end up finishing as far as I'm going to get in the next week. And like I said, I'm going to leave some of that open for those berry bushes. So, but that was a lot of progress for this week on this structure. It's slow going, but I'm really happy with it. Altogether, the materials are probably like maybe $1,000 or something of steel and Portland and everything that's going into it. But I'd say that's money well spent. And at this point, I am living off of savings, so I've liquidated some of my precious metals that I saved up for many years of my abundance. And by liquidating that, I'm able to continue building full-time. Just spending the money on the materials and living very minimally. And summer's going pretty well. I just miss Lewis, that's all. This was my dog if you missed the last video. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. That is the end of this week's video update. See you next week.